Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I'm gonna go over dermaplaning, or how I shave my face at home. So I'm sure I don't even need to say it, but I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not an esthetician. This is just what I do at home that works for me. So definitely look into this if you're interested in it. But actually, I had my mom say to me, how do you do it? How does it work? And so I thought, well, I'll film a video and then I'll show her and anyone else who's interested how I do this at home and why I do it and the results that I see from doing it. So I have been shaving my face at home for years now. I've actually never gone and had it professionally done, but I have girlfriends who've gone and say it's a great experience. I think the difference is, well, for one, the person who's doing it for you is hopefully qualified, whereas I'm not at all qualified to be doing this. And then they use a razor, like a surgical razor, I believe. And what I use at home is one of these little, I think they're actually for shaping your eyebrows is what they're for. So there's a few different brands. This is the brand that I use. It's these Schick Silk Touch Up, just says for eyebrows. Expertly shapes eyebrows, and gently exfoliates. Okay, so let's get into dermaplaning first. I am gonna do this evening, and I'll try to film it. I've never tried to film anything like that, so I'm not sure how that'll go, but I will try to film myself doing this just so you can see how I do it. And then I'll try to either insert or maybe at the end put in, clips of me actually shaving my face. So why I do it, why I started doing it. So dermaplaning does a few things. It's a little bit different than just regular shaving. I feel like when a man shaves his face with a razor, he's removing hair, usually thick hair, whereas what I want to accomplish with this is removing the peach fuzz. I do want to remove that vellus hair or peach fuzz hair that's on my face, but also I want to remove any dry skin or older skin and expose that fresher, younger skin underneath. So it does physically exfoliate. It removes that top layer of dry skin, as well as removing any little textural microfine bumps, as well as removing that vellus hair. It just makes my skin look smoother and healthier and more radiant, and it makes my makeup apply better. So I typically do this monthly. I do have quite a bit of peach fuzz on my face. Most of it is blonde. I do have a few darker actually for almost my entire life, I've had a few darker chin hairs that come through. Well, that's fun. And as I'm heading into those menopausal years, I am getting more and more of those. So what I do is I pluck those first. I go in and just tweeze any of them out, which is how I remove them anyway. And then that way, because when I use this to get rid of the hair, it gets rid of the peach fuzz. But if I shave where there's little dark hairs, it doesn't, of course, remove that root, so you would be able to see that darkness. So I go through first and I pluck. I don't really get much for dark hairs in between my brows, so I don't really have much plucking to do there. I'll get the odd straggler for my brows down in there, so I just go in and I remove any of those hairs to start with. That's step one. And then I will prep my skin. So it's the only time I allow my skin to be dry. I want it to be dry. That's the best way to do the dermaplaning. So what I usually do this in the evening, and the reason for that is that I want to, when I'm done this, put on my restorative skincare, and I'll go through that as well, and then give my skin the night just to drink in while I'm sleeping all that moisture, all of those hydrating ingredients, and just so that I'm not going in with makeup right away, because I do feel like you're removing that tough old skin, and that's the best time to put on some of those nourishing skincare ingredients. So there are lots of options for razors. There is that Tinkle brand. I did use those years ago. These are the ones I use now by Schick, just because I can get them on Amazon. I think this 3-pack is about $10. I will say that I only use these one time. I don't reuse them, and that's just for mostly hygienic reasons. I realize that it's plastic and that's not maybe great. I do believe you can recycle these. I do put them in my recycle box. Yes, it says please recycle. So yeah, I do put these in my recycle bin. And again, I only use them one time. And for hygiene reasons, and also because I want a really sharp razor when I'm going in on my face. I don't want anything dull. I don't want any tugging. I don't want any little nicks. So they're a one-time use for me. There is also the DERMAFLASH on, I see it on Sephora. It's quite expensive. I'm just gonna look up how much it is because I want to say it's a couple $100. I don't know, that seems like a lot to me. Yeah, I see they have a couple options on the Sephora website. There's a couple of kits you can get. They range anywhere on here from $185 to $263. So, and I feel like that's more just removing the hair. I'm not sure you're gonna get a nice close shave where it's actually removing, like doing an exfoliation with it as well. So honestly, just try one of these if you're gonna try it, I think. So again, I do this in the evening, and then I go in after with my soothing, hydrating skincare. I've seen lots of people demo this online, you know, people who certainly know more than me, but they always go down. And do you know what? I don't. I actually go up, and you'll see that when I show you, and I feel like I get a closer shave because I'm going against the grain. So I go up and I get quite a close shave with that. Having said that, I do think that increases your irritation. I think if you were to go down with the direction of the hair and being careful not to tug and just doing, I do very gentle, well, I go up, so I do very gentle little strokes like that. I think if you were to go down, you would get less irritation, but not as close of a shave. So I do go up, but be warned, I do think that increases the irritation that I experience. And then when I'm done, I will just gently use a warm cloth and remove any of those little hairs that are left on my face. And then I go in with my non-active, non-irritating skincare. So I go in with a hyaluronic acid. I will go in with my Matrixyl Synth 6. I go in with oils, but I don't go in with anything that is active because I find that very irritating. I have seen, again, lots of people online talk about how it's a great time to go in with your actives because you're gonna get more penetration of those products, but I have extremely sensitive skin. So for me, that first evening is just all about hydrating and soothing and calming. And that next morning when I wake up, my skin is like brand new baby butt skin. It is so soft and so nice. And my makeup applies so much better after I have done this. So another thing I do is I go over the area once and I try not to go back over the area again. That will also really increase your irritation. So if you're gonna try this at home, go slow, give yourself lots of time, and be careful because I feel like inevitably you will nick your skin a little bit. I think for the first year, every time I did it, I would nick my skin. And even now, after doing this for years and years, every once in a while, I will still nick my skin. So I'm gonna, at some point somewhere, put some clips in of me actually doing this because I do this at night. The lighting in my bathroom won't be great. And I film on a real old camera that we've had, for years. We used to film the boys with when we would do home movies and stuff. So it's not a great camera. I'm not going to be able to get in close and give you a really good demo, but I'll do the best I can just so you can see how I do this at home. But give it a try. I think the biggest myth is that if you shave your face, that hair will grow back in thicker and darker. I hear that all the time. People say that to me all the time, and it's a myth. It's just not true. It's not just me saying that. You could ask your dermatologist, ask your esthetician. They'll tell you the same thing. The hair comes in the same. It comes in the same as it was. It may feel thicker initially because of course your hair is the thickest at the root. So as that's growing in before it kind of thins out, it will feel a little more prickly. but it doesn't. I've been doing it for years. Most of my hair is blonde, of course not all of it, but most of it's blonde and peach fuzzy, and it has stayed the same. So, you know, give it a try. If you have tried this, I would be interested to hear your experience with that. But I love it. I've been, again, doing it for a long time, and just makes my makeup look better, makes my skin look better, you know, for all of those reasons. Smooths it out, less texture. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Again, please be careful. This can be irritating and you can nick yourself. So be very careful and maybe do your research before you just, you know, grab some razors and go in. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. If you enjoyed it, if it was helpful, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe, that would be amazing. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks everyone. Bye.